Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, everyone.
We are back from our trip.
I'm back for another episode of our Yeah, Sure podcast. I miss this.
Me too.
Want to chat?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Felt like a long week.
I know. We were away for like 8 days, and usually we're away for like 12 plus days, and this really felt long.
Yeah, this week was, I think it's because we missed Hanson. Hanson's our cat.
Yeah, we missed them so much.
Yeah.
And also, it was just not that it was an inconvenient trip, but it was inconvenient getting to this national park, which we went to Yosemite National Park.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know what that is, that's an iconic mountain and waterfall place.
Yeah.
You can see it
in
normally
California.
on like screensavers.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like MacBooks.
It's a
MacBooks always have
must-see.
it. Yeah.
I would say it's a must-see, but definitely try. I know it's very expensive. We stayed outside of the park, like kind of half an hour away from the park, but I would say stay in the park, even if it's just camping, which is cheaper than the lodges there.
Yeah, but if you got to stay in the park, you have to book it like a year or a year and a half in advance, I think.
Yeah.
Some spots even 2.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The like popular spots. But yeah, after that we went to San Francisco and we stayed there for a few days. It was nice as our anniversary trip.
San Francisco's got some crackheads. I don't know if that's just a U.S.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
Man, there were a lot of crackheads. And we didn't even stay in a bad area. Well, I don't know. We don't know San Francisco that well.
But yeah, when we did research on neighborhoods, it was supposed to be a good neighborhood downtown, like kind of close to everything.
Yeah.
But you know, when I even think about Toronto downtown, it has like
Every
crackheads
city's got its crackheads.
Yeah, but this was like really extreme, and the crackheads were very vocal.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You know, so it's like they were looking for a fight or something, and if they say the things they're saying and the wrong person is walking by, I feel like a fight can break out at any second.
Yo, one guy looked at me. He was like just talking shit, and he looked at me and he's like, he like started swearing, and I was like, what the hell? And then he threw his money at me.
Oh yeah, on the
Remember
street.
that? I was like,
He threw the money he was begging for.
yeah, I was so tempted to just take it, like as in like,
Especially
you,
because
man,
it was an expensive trip.
Yeah. Oh,
we needed
man.
it. Yeah, overall, it was nice to see Yosemite. I think everyone should see it once.
I think that's a bucket list that had to be done.
Yeah, 100%.
We've been talking about that for a long time, and we've never done it. And then this year just kind of presented itself.
Yeah.
That, you know.
The most we spent our money on wasn't like hotel and flight. It was food and activities.
Yeah.
And we didn't do that much, did we? Would you say we did like a lot?
We did activities. Like we were pretty.
We did mini golfing, rafting, and biking. That's not a lot of activities.
No,
you know what I mean?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a lot. Yeah, I would say, yeah, but we did do the most. We did do the most activities that we've done on any trip.
It's true.
In this one.
Maybe that's why we were so tired.
Kind of getting away from the mic. So
Me?
Good. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, maybe that's why we were so tired. I feel like it should be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
This is where I feel comfortable. Yeah.
We're fixing the mic up.
Yeah, I know. Every time we listen to like a bits and pieces of our podcast, and we try to improve. So hopefully each time we get better.
We're learning here, guys.
Yeah, but we're so happy to be home. And then we were like, you know what we should talk about? We should talk about our pet peeves, because I feel like we're picky.
Pet peeves on what? On our trip. Right?
On trips, yeah. I feel like we are, because not a lot of people care. Like, okay, I'll start with the first thing. And that is conveniences and inconveniences during a trip. Like, this matters a lot. And I feel like it matters to both of us, but mostly I would say to you. And because I know you care about it, then it bugs me too. For instance, in San Francisco, we were waiting for the cable car, you know, that famous one that goes up and down. And so if you've ever been there, you have to stand in a very, very long line. And it takes like an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to the cable car. Easy.
An hour and a half too.
Any time of the day, doesn't matter. So we're like, okay, we'll go to the stops, because one of the information guys, they have information guys walking around helping, which was amazing.
Yeah.
He told me to do that. So we went to a stop and we waited there for an hour and a half.
An hour and a half, yeah.
And 3 cable cars went by during that hour and a half. The first one didn't take us. It took the German family, which another story. They were so weird.
Honestly.
And then the second one was like, no, we're full. And the third one almost didn't take us either.
I feel like, yeah, the third one almost didn't. And it's like, the thing that made me most frustrated was that German family. No, I'm just kidding.
Not the transportation. But anyways, that was like, while we were waiting, like James like, I don't know, I'm going to flip out if the other cable doesn't come out. And James is not like that. But at certain times, oh, hi, mommy. At certain times, I think you're just done. You just want to be back at the hotel.
Honestly, it was so inconsistent because what would happen is like the first guy came and he took us. Okay, the very first cable car we got on, the dude was like, wherever you can find room, get on. So Tina's just like, cool. She jumps on. I was like, I won't lie. I was a little annoyed because I wanted to get some shots with my camera and we had no space.
Yeah. The guy was like, just find a space. I was like, all right. And I don't mind.
It ended up working out perfect because we got on and we got good shots.
Yeah.
People actually switched with us, like swapped us spaces.
Yeah. It worked out.
It was like super cool. And that just.
But James was sandwiched between 2 girls. And the front girl had really long hair.
Her hair kept going in my mouth.
And her hair, because it's outside, it's like, the car was open. And I'm sitting there, like, they're all in front of me. Like, it was tight.
Yeah, it was. And they kept going. The hair kept blowing in my mouth. And thank God her hair was washed.
Because it smelled like
you could
shampoo.
Smell shampoo, yeah. But
That's
it was
nice.
like.
Yeah, and it was straight and silky.
And it was just like I was eating it. It was rough.
See, if it was me in front of you, my hair's so curly, it wouldn't move.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
No, I'm
it
kidding.
Whips, though.
Yeah, it would like cut you.
Yeah. When the hair catches you, oh man, it's like a whip.
So I feel like inconveniences like that, like very simple things. Because while we were waiting in that line, and I mentioned this to you, remember? Yeah. There were so many people behind us. And I'm like, oh my God, when are they going to get on? If it's taking us an hour and a half, how about them? And they're all so relaxed.
I don't understand that.
So we were like, why are we? Well, I was telling James, I'm like, look how relaxed they are. Like, what's wrong with us? We're just tripping out over these.
I'd be relaxed if I showed up and I only had to wait half an hour.
Yeah. But anyways, like one of our pet peeves is just like services that are supposed to make things fast and convenient, and then they don't do that. We hate it so much. We're such divas. It's so funny.
Yeah, like honestly, I don't know if we're old fashioned, but it's just like if it should be that way.
Yeah.
Like you should have a certain amount of people that you would allow on, give or take 1 or 2 or 5. Okay.
Yeah,
because the one guy's car was empty and he's just like, no, honestly, man, I wanted to freak.
Yeah. He had a lot of spots and he didn't want to let us on. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the first stop after the busy lineup.
No, okay, take this in. Did you realize that the only 2 stops that were busy were the one at the beginning and the first one right after the starting points?
Yeah.
From each end.
Yeah.
So, like, there's no way that he's picking up a bunch of people on the way.
It's true.
Like, nobody even
He never stopped. After we got on, he never stopped.
What a fool.
Yeah. So then when we got on, there was this guy who was kind of sitting sideways on the bench and taking up like 3 spots. So then there's this like British old lady behind me, and I'm like, so I told James, I'm like, this guy's sitting really, and he's right there, like right here as I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's sitting like really weird. He should sit properly so people can sit down.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I was like, excuse me, and I told him, and he's like, oh yeah, sure. And then I told the lady, would you like to sit? Like instead of me.
She was an older lady. She was from Australia.
Oh yeah, Australia. Yeah. She wasn't British. I even told her, are you British?
I was bombarding her with ignorance of Australia.
True.
Yeah. Do you guys have forests in Australia?
Yeah. She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So then when I asked her, the guy was like, no, I'll get up and you guys sit. And we sat down.
Yeah, that cable car. That was every time I saw a cable car, even when we were driving, I wanted to crash into it.
Yeah, because we had a car during this whole trip, but like it's not easy finding parking.
I felt like a boss in the car after. We got lucky though. We found parking spots all over that city.
Yeah, we
Except
did.
for the one time I had to walk like 2 long ass blocks.
When we went to
lunch.
Blue Barn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was rough.
And it was uphill. Man, San Francisco is so hard to walk
Guys,
around.
Tina wanted to walk around and see the city. And anytime a hill came, she's like, nope.
He's like,
not happening.
I'm not joking. It's not like a little tiny, it's steep.
Okay.
Like you can fall back.
Yeah, but listen.
Also, we had a whole day pass. And I'm like, I'm not going to pay for a whole day pass for buses, trains, and cable cars and walk.
Yo, she's just trying to catch, you're just trying to catch a random bus.
Yeah.
She's like, let's just take that bus.
I'm like, I'd rather just get lost with a bus than go uphill here where we know that cable car is going to my God.
I'm just trying to, like, we literally had one street to go across.
One street that was like this.
We had one street to go across. And it was steep, okay. But it was right there. The stop was right there. She's like, nope, I'd rather walk all the way to the end. So we walked all the way to the starting point because it was downhill instead of going one block uphill. And, okay, but listen.
I have a bad back.
No. You're not going to pull that. No way. Not a chance. This girl, we just hiked mountains. Like literally the same trip. And every other trip before that, we're hiking mountains. And she's not going to go up one hill on concrete. One block.
That's why.
That was blowing my mind.
Give me a mountain and I'll climb it.
Oh,
concrete? No, I'm not a city gal.
There's going to be
I am.
Tina,
actually,
that's a direct quote from Tina.
Yeah.
Give me a mountain
and
I'll climb it.
Oh, man. It was hard for me. I didn't do it. Another time he's like, it's right there. I'm like, no. I'll stay here. He's like, come on, let's go. You want to see the city. And then later we got into the car. I'm like, want to drive around and see the city?
Yeah.
So we did, and it was really nice.
You did try to pull the whole, let's just walk around today. And I was like, yo, no, man.
Yeah, he's like, you're not going to walk. I was like, true.
No, you'll walk the flat and the slightly uphill, but like every corner is an unpredictable hill.
Yeah. Like there's like a normal and then like this. It's just, why put yourself through?
You're like, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
But how many
like
times?
Wait, hold on. You're like those dogs that just lay down on the ground.
Yeah. Where you take them for a walk and
they
then
don't want to go, they just give up.
Yeah, that's me.
That was Tina.
No, you have to pick me up and take me home.
What kind of dog would you be?
I don't know.
Would
you know all the
Would you be a golden
types.
retriever? Yeah, but you have curly hair, so maybe you could be like a standard poodle.
Yeah, because also they're the smartest dogs.
They are the smartest, yeah. But they would never.
They would never.
Like that. So it would have to be mixed with like a golden retriever or some kind of like
a fat dog.
Fat dog, yeah.
That doesn't want to move. But I forgot what I was going to say, and it was such a good point.
So good.
Yours was such a bad point.
Mine was fun.
Anyway, so I would say that's one of our pet peeves, like inconveniences in terms of like things that we know we paid for to give us convenience and then they don't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that a good explanation?
For sure.
Yeah. What else?
Honestly, the worst part about this trip, not the worst part about it, but like.
You're talking about it like it was the worst trip.
Yeah.
Because like then the worst.
A pet peeve of mine is traveling in North America, period. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's mainly because of the price.
Price and drive.
We turned down Switzerland for this trip, and it almost came up to the same price.
That pisses me off.
Tina's really good. Yeah, I feel you. Tina's really good at finding good prices, really good prices. And Switzerland was literally just out of the budget. Yeah. Just a bit out of the budget this year. And we're like, you know what? Those mountains aren't going anywhere. We can go another year. Yeah. And then the flights were a little finicky. They had 1 or 2 stops. And we're like, we're not going to pay for like stops when we know we can usually get it direct. Yeah. And, we're just paying for that. We ended up we had a stop each way. The flights weren't bad. It was quick, like 5-hour flights, but with a stop each way. Yeah. Like 2 hours. But the price, 3 hours. Yeah. But the price came right to the same as Switzerland, man. Yeah.
Well, if we paid another like $500, we could have went to Switzerland. $500, like, I don't know.
Man, I would have.
This is probably one of the last times I will go, like, in terms of not visiting family. Sure, I'll go to visit family and stuff. But in terms of, like, sightseeing in the U.S., I could only see myself going back to New York.
Well, I would.
Because it's close to. But also New York was expensive.
Well, no, sightseeing, there's so many crazy places to see in the U.S.
I know, but it's just like, it's annoying. Like, I'd rather go to Europe, man.
100%. I'd rather go to Europe, hands down. I like.
Would
the
you
vibe
rather
better.
go to an all-inclusive or U.S.?
US.
U.S. Yeah, all-inclusives are the worst.
I think if you are living in North America or wherever, you probably know the pain of, or maybe you don't.
Maybe you don't.
But like, it's so expensive to travel within Canada and the U.S.
Yeah.
And it's honestly cheaper to fly to Europe and get more. Like our last car rental in Europe was what?
$300, $350.
$350 with gas.
Yeah.
And coverage for 12 days.
Yeah, 12 days. And we just paid $300 for the rental for 8 days. And then gas was like another $200.
Gas was $200, yeah.
So $500 for 8 days.
But that was, so the Europe one was $350, whatever, Canadian. Like converted was Canadian, $350 total. This one was $300 US plus $200 gas US.
Yeah, man.
And we didn't have coverage, so like I had.
This kind of stuff is really getting under my nerves. Like that's a pet peeve for sure. I'd rather not know these numbers. Today I actually sat down and calculated everything we spent, and it was like my mind was blown. But anyways, let's get back on the point of pet peeves. So one of your pet peeves is for traveling to the US and driving in the US.
Driving
or Canada.
Driving in the US like drives me nuts. Like it just is so long and boring.
Everything is so far away.
Yeah, like it seems endless. I've literally stared at the GPS and it said 6 minutes, and it said 6 minutes for like 25 minutes. I swear to God.
Yeah, it's true. And going in and out of Yosemite Park was tough.
Yo, that's a mission. Don't get us wrong. I mean, we're talking about pet peeves. Yosemite was
We're
beautiful.
being picky. Obviously, we're not saying we didn't have fun. It was actually like, so nice.
You should be thankful that you have the
means to go. Yeah,
well,
of course.
We worked hard for this, man.
But of course we're thankful. The topic is no, they get it. Our followers are.
You guys are
awesome.
But anybody who's not, like, maybe they'll say
screw
that.
up.
Just saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're not being ungrateful. We're actually very grateful we can travel so much and see the world.
We say these pet peeves for something for you guys to consider when you're booking a trip somewhere like that.
Yeah,
right?
and also it's entertaining to know other people's pet peeves. For instance, another pet peeve that actually, again, stems from James, I would say, is airport stuff. Like, if someone is walking slow in the airport,
it's a no.
James is he's a demon. He gets so mad.
Well, you know what?
Mad.
Get out of my way, man. Just move. Just
like
move.
Even if it's an old person.
Yeah, honestly, well, I've gotten better with the older people.
I think you got like that from traveling so much from Alberta back home.
Yeah, I did a lot of flights back and forth.
Yeah, every 3 weeks.
I don't have. Yeah, I
for
feel
like 4
everybody's
years.
on high tempers in the airport though. Like
yeah, but
they're either angry because they travel so much, or they're like me. We travel quite a bit, or they're impatient people like myself.
It's a combination of all of them.
Yeah, or they're so worried about their flight stuff that they're just like completely out of it. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't understand it. Like, just move. Literally step to the side. And what's with people walking in a zigzag?
Yeah, like they don't know where they're going.
Right, left, right.
They're looking like around. Man, James gets so mad.
Man, I could trip. One time I was on the plane, and this guy, man, I stood up. First of all, we're sitting in the plane. I'm in the middle seat, okay? Like, people in the middle seat need to check themselves when they're putting you don't, just because you're in the middle doesn't mean you get both armrests.
Yeah.
Right? Just put maybe one up or put it
switch
in the center. Know? Don't just like post up like you're Ronnie Coleman, like you just won Mr. Olympia, you know? So like honestly, this guy is like, he's got both his hands up, arms on the seat rest, and my arm kept touching his, right? Or he's trying to put his on. He's by the window, like lean the other way, okay? I have no space. And I have broad shoulders.
Where were we? Was it this time?
No, this was when I was coming back from Alberta.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And anyways, my arms kept touching his, and he was like all sweaty and warm. And I was like, ugh, like, I can't do this. So finally I was like, you know what? I can't. This guy's not getting the point. Like, I would nudge it, like, hard. I would hit him hard.
And he wouldn't.
He'd just going about his thing, doing his thing. Didn't care. So I was like, whatever. This guy doesn't care. I'm not going to care either. So then, like, personal space already invaded. So I'm like, okay, screw this. We get up. The plane lands. We stand up. This guy's literally like, he's like spooning me.
Ew.
I was like,
maybe he liked you.
Maybe, but I was like, I don't think he did. Like, I'm like sitting there and he like put his hand around me on the seat and I'm in front of him. So he's like, his arm is like literally around me. And like, I don't know this guy at all. I'm like, yo, back up. And he's like, sorry, man. And then I'm like, in my head, I'm like,
shocked?
What do you mean? Like, what are you, how are you shocked right now?
Yeah.
So he backs up and then all I see is his hand come creeping in and he puts it on the seat still. But there was like a bunch of space between us.
That's so
oh my
funny.
gosh. And I was coming back from like, 21 days straight work.
See, the thing is, let me paint a picture for you guys. He worked 21 days straight, like 14 to 16 hours, including commute.
14 hours with commute max most of the time.
Okay, so 14 hours. Didn't really have, after work, he would come home, eat and sleep, right? Talk to me for a bit and then go to sleep. So it was like, and he did this for a long time. And you're working with all
crazy guys.
Men. Maybe sometimes there was a woman there, but really you're communicating with men only. And it's like yelling and swearing and people who are really tired.
It's a hostile environment.
Yeah.
We're all like overworked. And
so
we chose it. Like, I understand. I'm good. Like, I don't complain about my job. I'm good with that. But like, there's certain things that
But this is the mindset that he's coming off from in the plane. So of course, and I feel like that's where it all stemmed from. And that's why in airports, you're just like, go, go, go.
Even the language, like when I would come back, because like out there, like we swearing like crazy, like all the time.
Because you never used to swear this much.
No, and it got into me. And then I would come home and Tina would be like, she's like, okay, I'm just going to let you talk for like the whole ride home from the airport. And hopefully it all gets out of your system. And it would.
Yeah.
You'd give me like a day
but
or
he
two.
would, like, if we were talking really closer than this, we're talking to each other, he was yelling because of the sounds there.
Because everything's so loud.
And and I was really like, close, hey.
And I would talk to strangers right in their face. I would go
so
right
hostile.
up to their face.
Yeah.
Like this.
Because that's how they had to talk to each other. They had earplugs and like, it's
What's
so
that, bud?
funny.
Oh, yeah.
F-bomb here, F-word here. I'm like, hey, man, relax. You're back home. You're okay.
I worked with a guy and all he said was, what's that?
Oh, my God.
Anything you said. And we drove him home and Tina wanted to kill him.
Oh, my God. Because one time I would pick him, like drop him off and pick him up. And when we were coming back, I think I was mad at you for something.
I think for bringing him. Because he annoyed the crap out of you. And the funny thing is, I'm serious. I'm pretty sure it was that you were mad at me for that. Because you're like, I didn't tell you he was coming. And then all he did was say,
and I was picking him up. And I was so excited. After 3 weeks, I'm going to see. I think at that time we were fiancés.
Yeah.
And then I was excited to see him and talk in the car. And this guy is like, every sentence anyone said, even a sound, he's like, what's that?
Yeah.
What's that?
What's that?
What's that? And then you picked it up. That's when I had enough.
The best part is Tina asked him a question. Or no, he asked Tina a question. And then she's like, what's that? Like to get at him. And he's like,
Did you get it? I can't remember.
No, he didn't get it. He just followed through.
I think at some point I stopped talking to both of you. I wish I had AirPods then.
Oh.
I would have listened to something.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So James at the airport is another man. Someone that you should be scared of. That's for sure.
Beast.
Yeah. So funny. And he has this like routine, Like I have a carry-on and a small backpack, like a very tiny one. I put my passport and phone in. And he has a huge backpack that has everything in it, like all of our cameras and stuff. But he has to carry my carry-on. I'm like, I got it. Like, you get your stuff. He's like, no. It's so funny. I'm like, let me bring it. Let me bring it. The only time you let me do anything is when we're going through security. You let me put it up, and sometimes put it up there so that they can see it's my carry-on. Because then it looks like he has two, right? Because his backpack is so big.
I just want to be helpful.
The whole time, I'm like, here, got it. I hold on to it. He's like, nope.
Honestly, you could be doing more. Like, I'm like, I picture it like, not in like a derogatory sense, but I'm like the horse and you're like the person riding,
Oh my God.
No. Like, I got the saddlebags. I got the saddlebags, you know, I'm power.
Guess who's whipped in this relationship?
We're going places. No, it ain't whipped.
Because I can whip you if you're my horse.
Yeah, and you do.
I'm like, take my carry on.
I was expecting a different reaction. I thought you were going to be like, nope, I don't. What are you talking about?
No, I mean.
You're like, yeah. No, it's not like that. But no, I feel
funny.
like that. That's how I am. That comes from working, you know, hard labor most of your life. You want to make sure you're doing everything you can. If you're a good worker, you should be doing everything you can so that the other person can be freed up to do everything they can.
Yeah, but I'm not like, we're not at work.
No, but that's just its habit. It's ingrained.
No,
right?
I think it's your kindness too. You like to help people.
Has nothing to do with kindness. And I hate people.
Okay, wait. So what is some of our other... Oh, when people are rude. Like people who are providing you with services.
Yeah, everybody hates rude people.
Yeah, I guess. But still, I want to share that. Like, you put up with it, though. Yeah. This is where I can be the demon.
Did you see that switch? Did you see that switch?
Because I remember its stories, you know?
Oh, man.
If someone is rude, James will give them all the benefit of the doubt in the world. Not anymore. But before, you would. You know, maybe.
Okay, but I would let it boil to the point of explosion.
And then he would snap. But that's not good.
No, it was terrible because I wouldn't fight, but it could come down to it. I would get so mad that they just get scared.
Yeah.
And it was like not cool.
Yeah. It's so funny.
And nothing got done because they were like just scared.
So, okay, you guys, this is what happened this time during our trip. And I'm just going to tell you this story. We went to this really nice restaurant in Yosemite Park. What was it called? Wahani? Albany, like lodge and restaurant. So we went there for breakfast on our anniversary day, and we knew it was going to be really nice. So we went, and the host, he was the best.
That was cool. I asked for super glue. He went and found super glue for me. I just wanted to know a place to buy it from.
Yeah, and he's like, I think I have some. And then he gave you electrical tape after. He was fixing something that broke. And this guy, he broke. And then this guy was so nice. We sit down, and our waitress, our server, she comes over. It's an older lady. And she's like, okay, like she spoke kind of strange.
She didn't speak at all for the first 30 seconds. She just stood there.
Yeah.
Looking at us.
She's like, and we're like, okay. And then she's like, hi, welcome, blah, blah, blah. This is like breakfast is like this, blah, blah, blah. How can I start you guys with coffee or tea? And I know my answer is not a common one. Yeah. But I wanted both. Like, I don't think that's a crime.
So she asked me, like, she's like, do you want anything? I'm like, I'll take coffee. And then she's like, and for you, miss? And she's like, I'll have tea and coffee. And she's like, which one do you want? And
she paused. She's like, which one do you want? Mind you, this is a buffet breakfast. Yeah. And you can't ask me that. I want both. And I only like instant coffee with coffee mate powder cream, like trash coffee. I like it, okay? So when we travel, I don't have coffee usually because I don't like strong coffee. And anyway, I don't understand the different tastes between coffee yet because I just started drinking coffee. Like, it's been a couple of years. So then I've always been a tea person. So I knew I wanted to kind of start off with a little bit of coffee. And then with my breakfast, I'm going to have my tea, which is what I usually have with like sweets and stuff at the end. So I was like, coffee and tea. And she's like, she paused and then she said, which one? Yeah. And I'm like, both.
I was like.
And James was sweating because like conflict.
I was like, what's going to happen between them?
Yeah.
But but you know what?
She picked up on it, man.
The refined me who's realized to talk to people and trust your wife. Was like, yeah, man, no doubt.
She wants both. Yeah. And then, to be honest, after that, she was so nice. I think she picked up on the fact that she shouldn't have said that. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Because she was super nice. And we tipped her well. Like, it was all good. But, like, when it comes to things like that, I can't let it go. if I know I'm not being rude, like I'm not asking for too much, even sometimes if I am asking for too much, I still go for it.
Yeah, a lot of times that kind of comment, that if they made that to me, it'd catch me off guard, and I'd be like,
Coffee. Yeah.
just coffee,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's...
So when we got to one of our hotels, it was under James's name. And when I'm booking it, I book it under James's name because my last name is so long and they always make some kind of mistake.
Yeah.
But then with James, with his first and last name, they always make the joke of James Brown too. So poor guy, he gets it all the time. So this guy was like, okay, before I give you your keys, like, show me your James Brown move or something like that.
Yeah, or he's like, your name is James Brown? Now, real question is, can you do the James Brown?
Yeah.
So I did the James Brown.
So he did the James Brown move and stuff like that. And this year, we've been talking a lot about, like, how James... Like, I tell James, don't do something you don't want to do just because people ask you and it's uncomfortable.
Because I do a lot of things because even if I don't want to do it, just to save the saying no.
It's his personality to just be like, okay, I'll just do it so the other person is, and there's no conflict and the other person is happy. And I'm trying to tell him, you know, you shouldn't do that. So I was talking to him about that. And that's why I asked him first to see if you wanted me to share that.
It's not far off because I used to be like a guy that was like center of attention. Yeah. Well, I needed to be the center of attention, and I would do stuff to make people laugh. And then, you know, like I don't like that kind of stuff anymore. And I know you don't like that. That was something that even I had to phase out of even when we were dating.
No, I didn't. I didn't mind that you were the center of it.
Yeah, you wanted didn't mind, to be, but you could tell that I didn't want to do certain things, right?
Exactly. I could tell he didn't want to, but he was doing it for, like, if people ask him to break dance, I always tell him, I'm like, no, if you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Yeah, it's a perfect example because I could never
say no.
I could never say no, but when I didn't want to and they'd push me, I wouldn't just say no. I'd be like ready to knock them out.
Yeah.
Because they'd be like pushing me, trying to get me to go.
Right.
And I'm like, at the same time, I'm something I don't want to do. 2, you don't understand how hard it is. 3, I don't want to rip my pants. Remember when I split my pants? I split my pants in this
We're at the club.
We're at the club and
someone asked you to do it?
Somebody asked me to do it. No, I think I went. It
was the girl from your church, remember?
Oh, yeah. She was actually, because we did a lot of choreography together.
The one who farts a lot.
No, it wasn't her.
Oh, okay.
There was this girl in my church, and she would literally I'd be talking to her, and she'd just fart.
It's my favorite story.
She did that in an interview. She was interviewing me to teach dance.
Oh my
God. She just let it go.
That is the best story.
What? I didn't.
So that wasn't her?
No, that wasn't her.
Oh, okay. Somehow I remember you saying that's the girl who maybe it was another one.
I think
another story.
I thought it was Emily.
No, she was older and she was bigger. Was that
maybe
the
her
farty?
sister?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe her sister.
Yeah.
Anyways, I split my pants open, like from the crotch down to the ankle.
And then I'm like, okay, so let's go. Like, let's leave. We were dating then. He's like, no, I got pants in the trunk of my car.
I had some on standby.
So he changed me, went back in the club.
Yeah.
So funny.
Man. Those were good times.
Yeah, they were good times because also we would never get tired.
No.
Now we are like, we need to travel less.
We would.
My back, I don't want to go uphill.
Go to work, go to the beach, then come back to the club and do that 2 days in a row.
Yeah, on the weekends with our friends. It was so fun.
All our friends too.
Yeah.
No, it was good times. Man, screw these pet peeves, guys.
Yeah, we like story times.
Good stuff, man.
Did we ever tell the story? I feel like we did, but let me know if we did tell the story of when we flew from Madeira.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
We did, yeah. One of the earlier episodes.
Yeah, we did. That's a good story.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I was thinking if we can just jump back on topic. I know we're sorry. We have little negative, like pet peeves is kind of a negative thing, and we always end up having fun talking about fun stuff.
Yeah.
But I think, what was the last one? We were talking about it, and we had this other idea.
For pet peeves?
Pet peeve, yeah.
For traveling?
For traveling, yeah. What was it?
We did the airport. We talked about the airport. And we talked about expensive places, inconveniences. I don't remember.
Oh, expensive food. And like paying for food
Bad
that's not
food.
so like bad food. So these last 2 trips that we've been on have been like we search for food. Like we're experienced travelers and we search for food.
Yeah.
And I swear, like people's taste bud. Maybe it's COVID. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe a bunch of people's taste buds.
You cracked the code.
Yeah, maybe they can't
because we
taste
look at the
anymore.
reviews and we're like, oh, awesome, and then we eat there. We're like, what?
It's
It's
not
COVID.
trash. It's just not like. It's not
Everyone
what it
has
used
lost
to be.
their taste.
Yeah, everybody
buds.
lost the taste. Man, I'm a conspiracy theorist now. Man, COVID got us.
Yeah, apparently, because all the reviews that we read, man.
If it's a 4-star or 4.5, like that place better be bumping. Like that better be good. And the consensus, in Toronto and like our areas, if it's a 4.5,
it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's like it's
not
solid.
hit or miss. It's good.
No, it's good. You can count on that.
I can say 80% of the food that I ate, because I don't really enjoy fast food, was bad this trip.
Yeah, I'd say that. But you know what? I think highly rated pubs are going to be highly rated, and they're going to be like, I would rate any pub at like a 3.5, because most of the people I feel like that eat at pubs and
are drunk.
You're either drunk or it's like people who just have like regular spots and like they like pub food, because pub food is kind of basic,
people
right?
or something.
Yeah, they like the vibe. It's not like there's no like intricacy to the food. You know what I mean? It's basically fries and burgers and shepherd's pie.
Like we went to this place called Honey.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be such a good breakfast.
Basic. Yo, this place we went to wanted $5 for toast. $5, man.
$5 for by the water.
Yeah.
Freaking
$5.
lake. What was it called?
Bass Lake.
And like we're from Canada, lakes.
'Kay.
Like we've seen the most beautiful lakes ever. So this lake was a joke.
Yeah.
Sorry to all the people who love it, but like come to Canada and experience what like lake life is.
Go to the worst lake. Go to a pond and you'll have a better time.
Yeah. We didn't do anything, but we just went for breakfast around the lake because it was supposed to be a nice view.
Not be worth the money.
$5 USD for a piece of toast.
Like, man, and the breakfast, 2 eggs. Give a man 3 eggs. Give a man 4 eggs.
You're
Stressing over here.
Listen, some people travel and they don't care about food, and I admire those people because, like,
a lot of people drink.
So we don't drink, but we enjoy we need to have good food. We go back to Italy, and I can't wait to go back to Greece to have the food.
Man, Greece you can't miss. Doesn't matter. It could be a 1-star. It's still gonna hit.
It's still good. Ingredients fresh.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So that's another pet peeve. If the food is like, I mean, everyone's like that. If you have, like, you pay expensive amounts of money, and then the food is like mediocre.
Yeah.
No, but
not cool.
Lastly, I think one of my biggest pet peeve about food is every single trip on the last day, we find one of the best restaurants we've ever been to.
On every trip.
So
and it's always close. We should just start going close to the house.
I know.
Where we're staying.
But I didn't know there was a smokehouse across from the hotel.
I knew this. I knew that smokehouses in the U.S. are always proper. I don't know why I never said anything. I even admitted that.
Yeah, he did. I love pulled pork sandwiches and coleslaw, and I had one of the best ones. I shared the picture on my stories 3 times.
That place, shout out to that place, Smokehouse 41. That place was solid.
So good. If you're going to go to Yosemite, go to that. It's in Oakhurst, the town.
I love the U.S. for the customer service, though. Customer service is always on point.
So nice. So accommodating.
Yeah.
They never say no.
Even in the gas stations.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But I have to say, I don't feel safe in the U.S. Like, I feel more safe in Europe than U.S.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Like,
I'm a little more on edge in the U.S.
Yeah, there's some sketchy areas, like, especially when we're driving, because we always do road trips within the trip.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, going through these small towns. Like, even when we were in Arizona, scary. This time it was like, well, like for 3 hours, I didn't see a single woman. It was all men.
We're even more on edge because we're reading this book. I have this book that I wanted Tina to read with me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a lot of
Gift
the statistics.
of Fear?
Yeah, Gift of Fear. If you guys read that, it's a really good book for anybody.
Yeah.
But it's...
like, it's like trust your intuition, you know, and it tells you stories about things like that. So now... There's
some alarming statistics. It's basically, they're just even... It's like some of them are worldwide and like universal truths. Some are, but a lot of the statistics are based off the U.S. and North American demographic, and it's actually pretty scary.
It's scary. And on our way back, we were flying out of Fresno, and Fresno is like a small town, I guess. Yeah. And it's the closest airport, I would say, to Yosemite, I think. So we researched to like stay there on the last night so that, because we had an early flight to drive into the airport and drop off our car and leave. And James was like researching to see if it's safe. It was like not safe at all.
It's like in the top. It's like top 1% for highest crime rate in the U.S.
And then we looked at another town, Monterey.
Modesta.
Wow, I don't get names
like that
correctly at all. And
Monterey is a place too.
Yeah, and then it was like number 1. High crime, one of the on top of the list. We're like, okay, so we picked another city, and that one was like one of the safest.
You know what's crazy? In 1%, there's a lot of places still at 1%. It's pretty crazy. Oh man,
so crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. But
anyways,
see
you guys later.
We didn't want to die.
Yeah, we do your research for sure.
Yeah, keep your head on.
Yeah, definitely. Trust your intuition. Don't tell people what hotel you're staying in when you're talking to them. You meet people here and there, and that's dangerous.
I know, I'm like big on safety. I was talking to this guy, and I told him what hotel we were staying at, and then I was like, Tina was like, dude, and I was like,
yeah, because James gets so friendly with people.
Moment for me, I felt so bad. I felt like an idiot. I was like, we might as well just kill ourselves.
He's like, babe, I'm gonna go get a gun. Yeah. It was actually a trick, so you can go get a gun.
Protection.
But crap. It can happen to anyone, because when you're talking to someone and you hit it off and they're so nice, because you were asking him about what areas are nice in San Francisco, and then you're like, yeah.
He told me where he works, right?
Yeah.
He told me where he works, and then.
You're like, yeah, we're in this area. Is that area okay? And then that's when you, I guess, told them. Yeah. It could happen to anyone, but you have to be really careful.
Yeah, you got to be mindful with that.
Especially if you're traveling alone, I would say that's even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even more dangerous if you're giving away things like that. So overall, I would say I had a really good time. There's some moments and memories that we made that are really, really nice. Mm-hmm. It'll stay with me for a while. It was nice. Yosemite was beautiful.
Yeah, I love that place.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. Like when we did the rafting, it was so fun, and the water was clear and like perfect.
Crystal clear water, cold.
The weather was perfect in Yosemite. We didn't get a rain day, cloudy day, no, and it wasn't too hot. It
rained the day we were leaving.
Yeah, and we're like, peace.
Which was perfect.
Yeah. And San Francisco was colder than we thought.
Way colder. It was colder than Yosemite.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
like a lot. We wore a jacket.
We didn't know. I bet you all Americans know. Yeah.
They probably expected that.
Yeah. So we're a little ignorant towards U.S. We'll try to keep an open eye, well, but we're not coming back.
I know the U.S. That's why I don't go there. I don't like it.
Yeah. Next time, Switzerland.
Yeah, here we come.
Here we go.
Okay, guys.
Thank you so much for listening, you guys. Miss you lots, and we'll see you again soon.
Catch you on the flippity flop, son.
Bye. Have a good day.